The world's most powerful rocket has been grounded again.
Last Thursday, we showed you the explosive Starship flight test. The FAA now requiring a mishap investigation. Channel 9's Melanie Holt is live at Kennedy Space Center. And Mel, days before that flight test, SpaceX was talking about expanding its Starship operation and the possibility of a launch before the end of the year.
Now, with two anomalies during the last two Starship flight tests, that seems less likely. But SpaceX says it plans to take corrective actions to make improvements for future Starship flight tests. Once again, the FAA is requiring a mishap investigation from SpaceX after the loss of its latest Starship. SpaceX managed to capture its Super Heavy booster on March 6th, but an issue in the aft portion of the Starship resulted in the loss of several Raptor engines and ultimately the spacecraft.
You can see we've lost several engines and we've lost attitude control of the vehicle.
The explosion was visible from parts of Florida and over the Caribbean. Dr. Don Platt is an associate professor of space systems and the director of Florida Tech's Spaceport Education Center. He believes this latest mishap may impact SpaceX's plans at both its Texas Starbase and right here on Florida's Space Coast.
I think that there's going to have to be a longer delay than there was between Starships 7 and 8 to really have a full review of what happened this time, since it seems to be a very similar type of failure to what happened back in January on the last launch.
The FAA says it will be involved in every step of the SpaceX-led mishap investigation and must approve SpaceX's final report, including any corrective actions. A return to flight is based on the FAA determining that any systems, process, or procedure related to the mishap does not affect public safety. Dr. Don Platt says it seems unlikely Starship will be launching from our Space Coast before the end of the year.
I think that it's definitely going to be next year before we see Starships flying from the East Coast here in Florida. There's probably several more development flights that'll have to take place.
Now, NASA is also depending on a version of the Starship for its lunar lander, its human lunar lander for the Artemis 3 mission. What Platt had to say about that coming up on Eyewitness News at 5:30. Live here at the Kennedy Space Center, Melanie Holt, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.